pH is very important in hydroponics because it influences which nutrients are available to your plant. When it is unstable, changes a lot, and finds itself in inadequate ranges, your plant health is affected. This is why in this video we will answer the following question. What affects and change the pH of your hydroponic nutrient solution? I've already made a video explaining what pH is, why does it matter, and why does it change. This video has a deeper look at the why does it change question by analyzing the different things that can impact the pH in your hydroponic water. By understanding this, you can keep the pH more stable and grow a healthier plant. The information I will share is based on research I've done online and my experience. It's by no means expert advice. With that being said, let's get started. There are three things that affect the pH level in your nutrient solution: organic matter, inorganic matter, and your water to nutrient balance. Let's first review organic matter. Organic matter is anything that lives or once lived. The first big thing that affects the pH in this category are algae. Algae needs light to develop, so when your water tank is exposed to light, especially sunlight, algae will start developing in it. During the day, these algae will perform photosynthesis and turn light energy into food. This process will consume carbon dioxide or CO2. CO2 is slightly acidic, so by consuming it, the algae will decrease the amount of CO2 in the water and the pH will go up. It will become more basic or less acidic. Then, during the night, algae will perform respiration. They will use the food they made with photosynthesis during the day to power their growth. This process will release CO2 and therefore the pH will go down. It will become more acidic. This photosynthesis and respiration cycle will make your pH go down during the night and up during the day. If you test your pH in the morning and it's low, and test it again in the evening and it magically went up, that magic is algae having a party in your hydroponic water. The second big group of living things that affects your pH are bacteria. The job of some bacteria is to decompose organic matter. So, when you have dead stuff in your tank, bacteria will come to decompose it. And this decomposition process releases acidic elements in the water and makes the pH go down. The first kind of dead thing you can have in your tank are the plants themselves. If mismanaged, the roots in a hydroponic system can start to die. This is called root rot, when you have dead roots rotting in your tank. This is often caused by low levels of oxygen in the water, also called dissolved oxygen. This happens because plants also breathe by their roots, and when these roots don't have access to enough oxygen, they drown and die. Common cause for low dissolved oxygen in your tank is high temperatures, crowded systems, and no air pump. High temperatures affect dissolved oxygen because the higher the water temperature is, the lower the amount of dissolved oxygen the water can store. In crowded systems, if you don't have enough oxygen supply, with air pumps, for example, the plants will use all the available oxygen and then die. The second type of dead things that bother hydroponic growers are various kinds of debris like dead leaves, insects, and dirt entering the tank. Basically, it's when your system is dirty. This will invite bacteria to come decompose the organic matter. Common and simple cause of dirty systems are infrequent water change and outdoor systems, where more things are susceptible to fall or crawl into your tanks or pipes. Now, let's see how the non-living things, or inorganic matter, affect your pH. Inorganic matter will often be about minerals. For example, the nutrients you use, like calcium and potassium, are minerals. But there are others and different ways to categorize them that I don't understand yet, so let's just call them all minerals. These minerals can be basic, acidic, and have a buffering capacity. Usually, you will be the one adding minerals into your nutrient solution. That's why it's important to know how they affect the pH. Most nutrients are acidic. So when you add nutrients in your hydroponic water, you make the pH go down. Another acid thing that you will often add is pH down solution, or other substances that you intentionally add to control your pH by making it go up or down. For example, in the basic or alkaline category, your pH up solution will be the basic element you add to make the pH go up, and this is usually made of potassium hydroxide. The most important concept here is the buffering capacity that some of these minerals can give to your hydroponic water. When water has a high buffering capacity, it means that its pH is resistant to change. Carbonates are one of these minerals offering a buffering capacity. They can often be found in your tap water and they can capture acidic elements in the nutrient solution, usually hydrogen ions, and by doing so, make the pH go up and prevent it from going down. For example, if you test your pH and it's 8, and add some pH down solution to make it go down, and test it again and it's still 8, you probably have some carbonate in your water, and it's probably because you used tap water instead of distilled water, which will not have any buffering minerals in it. Now, the other big thing you want to keep an eye on is the substrate you use. This is important for media-based systems where the plants grow directly in the substrate. For example, the ebb and flow system is a media-based system. This substrate is made of various minerals. So as we have just seen, the minerals can make the pH go down or up and provide a buffering capacity. This is why to test the pH in a media-based system, you need to test the water coming out of the bed, also called the leachate, as well as the one in the tank, since they might be different. The last thing affecting your pH is your water to nutrient balance. This one is more straightforward. We've seen that most nutrients are acidic, so the higher the concentration of nutrients in the water, the lower the pH. When your plants consume water and nutrients, they affect that concentration or balance of nutrients in the water. If the plants consume water faster than nutrients, the nutrient concentration will go up and the pH will go down. High water consumption depends on the plant type as well as humidity and temperature, which affects evaporation and transpiration rate. That's simply how fast the plant will transpire, just like you do. Now, if the plant consumes nutrient faster than water, the nutrient concentration will go down and the pH will go up. Nutrient consumption is usually also affected by the type of plant, their number, and their growth stage. For example, a fruiting tomato consumes more nutrients than a tomato seedling. This balance is why you need to keep an eye on the water level in your tank and monitor how much nutrients your plants absorb by taking TDS or EC measurements, which I explained in other videos. This is it for this video. I hope it was clear enough and that by now you can trace back the causes of pH changes in your hydroponic system. I will see you in the next video. Until then, have a nice growth.